So hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss identification, detection and production of electric charge. So first we will see how we can identify and detect the electric charge. So for that let us understand some of the observations. So the observation goes like the first one, when the two glass rods are rubbed with a silk cloth and brought close together, it is found that they get repelled. Means when two glass rods when rubbed with the silk cloth and these two glass rods when brought close, they get repelled. Okay. And the second observation goes, when two plastic rods or ebonite rods when they are rubbed with wool or fur, and when these plastic rods are brought close together, again it is found that they get repelled. This is because they might produce a same kind of charge. Okay. Again, the third observation goes like, when a glass rod rubbed with a silk cloth and a plastic rod rubbed with a wool, when these two rods are brought close together, it is observed that they get attracted. Okay, and this is because they might produce a different kind of charges. Okay, now the conclusion for these observation is the one kind of charges are produced on the glass rod and other kind of charges are produced on the plastic rod. So later on, a well-known scientist known as Benjamin Franklin named the charges produced on the glass rod and wool as a positive charge, and charges produced on the plastic rod and a silk cloth as a negative charge. So a scientist called Benjamin Franklin named these charges as positive charge and negative charge. And also it is observed from these observations that like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other, as we know this in the properties of charges. Okay, so here this is observation on basis of which we can tell there are two kinds of charges. Means from these observation, from these activities we can show that there are two kinds of charges. Okay, and already we discussed the property of charges earlier. Okay, now guys let us move to the next. Now we'll see what is gold leaf electroscope and how it is used to identify and understand the polarity of charge. Okay, so let's start. So a gold leaf electroscope, basically it is an instrument used to detect and identify the polarity of charge. So it is an instrument used to detect the polarity of electric charge. Okay, now let us see what is the construction and how the gold leaf electroscope works. So the construction, so the gold leaf electroscope looks like this, and the construction of this instrument is quite very simple. It consists of a metallic rod. The upper end of the rod is fitted with a metallic sphere and the lower end of the rod is fitted with two thin gold leaf L1 and L2, and this metallic rod is fitted in a glass bottle with the help of rubber cork. So this is a construction of the instrument, and now let us understand how this gold leaf electroscope works. Okay, so when a positively charged glass rod is touched with the upper metallic sphere, now the charges from the glass rod are transferred to the metallic sphere, and so that the charges are goes to the gold leaf L1 and L2 through this metallic rod. Now as the same kind of charges are induced on both the leaves, so there is a divergence between the two leaves, means the two leaves get repelled because of the same kind of charge. Okay, now calculating the amount of divergence produced in the gold leaf, the quantity of charge on the glass rod can be determined. So this is how the gold leaf electroscope works. Okay, I hope you understand this well. Okay guys, now let us go to the next thing, that is production of electric charge. So now here we will see how the electrification works. So basically electrification is nothing but it is the process of charging a body. Okay, so it is a method, by using some method it is a process of charging a body known as electrification. Now the electrification constitute these three methods. Means we can charge a body by the mean of friction, that is charging by friction, we can charge a body by the mean of conduction, that is charging by conduction, and we can charge a body by the process known as charging by induction. So electrification constitutes these three important methods. Now let us understand these three methods in detail. Okay. Now we'll see the first method of electrification, that is charging by friction. Now it is the process of charging two uncharged body by rubbing against each other. This is known as charging by friction. When two charged bodies are rubbed against each other, the body gets charged. So let us understand this by an example. So when a glass rod is rubbed with a silk, the glass rod becomes positively charged and the silk cloth becomes negatively charged. And this is why, because in the case of glass rod, there is a less affection of electrons towards the nucleus. Therefore, the electrons get loose. The glass rod loses the electrons with the silk cloth and becomes positively charged. But whereas in the case of silk cloth, there is a more affection of electrons towards the nucleus. Therefore, it takes the electrons from the glass rod and becomes negatively charged. So likewise, when the glass rod and silk cloth are rubbed against each other, the glass rod becomes positively charged and the silk cloth becomes negatively charged. Okay. Now guys, let us understand some important points regarding these methods. So here the first point goes, in this method, there are two kind of charges are produced on the body. Means when two bodies are rubbed against each other, one body gets positively charged and one body gets negatively charged. So in this method, two kinds of charges are produced on the body. And the second point to understand is, because of the glass rod loses some electrons with the silk cloth, there is quite a variation of mass, means the mass is slightly varies. Okay. And the third thing you have to understand that the two bodies must have a relative motion, means they must rub against each other, so that because of the friction some amount of energy should produce and therefore the body gets charged. So this is first method of electrification, that is charging by friction. Now let us move to the second method of electrification, that is charging by conduction. Now it is a process of charging uncharged body by keeping a charged body in contact with it. So this is known as charging by conduction. Means uncharged body gets charged when you place a charged body in contact with it. Means you have to place a charged body in touch with the uncharged body, so that the uncharged body gets charged. Okay. Now let us understand this. So consider two metallic sphere which is placed on two inserting stand. Here one sphere is charged and another is uncharged. When these two metallic spheres are bring in contact with each other, now the charges from the charged body are transferred to the uncharged body, and here the charges are just spread on both the body in equal manner. So consider if the charged body has a net charge capital Q, and when this body is in contact with the uncharged body, now the charges are transferred from uncharged body to uncharged body. Now the net charge on both the body becomes Q by 2. That is, both the body have Q by 2 charges are there. Means equal amount of charges are spread on the body. So it is quite simple. When a charged body is in contact with the uncharged body, charges are get transferred from uncharged body to uncharged body, so that there becomes an equilibrium. Mean both the body have equal amount of charges. So this is how uncharged body get charged. Now here we have to understand some points, that here in this method the same kind of charges are induced on the bodies. Means if the body has a positive charge and bring in contact with the uncharged body, both the body have positive charge. Means that same charges are just transferred to that uncharged body. So in this method, same amount of charges are produced on the body. And the second thing you have to understand is, because of charges are equally spread on both the bodies, there is no variation of the mass. Means here the mass doesn't vary. You got this one? Okay. Now there is another method of charging the body. In that method, the charged body doesn't loses its charge, and there how the another body gets charged just by placing close to it. Means in that method we doesn't require any physical contact between the bodies. The charges are automatically induced on the uncharged body, and that method is known as charging by induction. Okay, now let us understand what is meant by charging by induction. So it is the process of charging uncharged body by placing a charged body close to it but not in a physical contact. Okay, so that's why the charges are induced on another body. So let us understand this. Now consider an isolated uncharged sphere which is placed on an insulating stand. Okay. Now when a negatively charged plastic rod is bring close to that uncharged metallic sphere, what happened? Because of the mutual repulsion between the negatively charged metal plastic rod and negatively charged electrons on the surface of the sphere, all the negative charges are moved from the either side, means that side of the sphere. So when a negatively plastic rod is being close to the metallic sphere, due to there is a repulsion between the negative charge and the electrons, all the electrons are moved to that side of the sphere, and the face which is close to the plastic rod becomes positively charged because of deficiency of electrons. Why? Because all the electrons are moved that side, and here there is a vacancy of electron, therefore that becomes a positive charge. You got this one? Now when that side, that is a negative part of the sphere, when it connected to the earth by the mean of known as a process earthing, or also known as a grounding. So basically in our home we do grounding, we do earthing just because of this for the safety of our electronic appliances. Means whatever the extra charge produced on our electronic appliances, they may damage our instruments, that appliances, therefore we do earthing. So what happened? Whatever the excess charge produced, they just move to the earth. As earth is a good conductor of electricity, earth is a good conductor. Sometimes it behaves like a source of electron, or sometimes it behaves like a sink for the electrons. So when that side of the sphere is make grounding, all the negative charge are get removed, and when the plastic rod, the negative charge plastic rod is placed away from the move away from the sphere, what happened? All the positive charge on the sphere get equally distributed. Okay, because they are always distributed equally, all the charges are equally distributed on the sphere, and likewise the body get charged with the opposite polarity. Okay, so I hope you understand this. So on this topic there might be an important question that explain with the neat diagram the method of charging a metallic sphere by the mean of induction. So this question may appear, so it goes like this. Okay, I hope you understand this. Now let us move to the next topic.